Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Keepers. Lyra has reached her 4th banner, and today, we're doing my favorite thing ever. Morale damage! I have waited a long time for this, and I'm gonna make the most of it. Now, as far as our talents are concerned, I did pose a question at the end of last time as to what path we should go down, and the consensus that I got was basically they're all good, so just do what you want. So I went over here to the left, and each time a monster is defeated, it increases by 10% the chance that traps in the dungeon gain Enhanced Trap 1. The reason I chose this is because, in my mind, the trap room is usually... the promotional trap room, that one, is usually later in the dungeon. So I was thinking maybe we can get lucky and roll Enhanced Trap on the promotion room, so Lyra's Special Trap, which gives it an extra shot. I think. Anyway, that's what I was thinking. Just try and roll it on the promotion room and call it a day. As always, we're going in with high gold gain and low master life because I never learned my lesson. Here we go.
Let's go.
Now, typically when it comes to this promotion, I like to go for the defensive turret. This is just 60 physical damage straight to the dome. It's beautiful. However, I want to try something a little different. We're going to go for the Tesla cannon. This deals 40 air damage and 20 morale damage, shoots at the target of your choice. 2 ammunition, ricochets once to another random hero if the target's air resistance is negative. So I don't know how good this actually is, but because we're doing a lot of morale damage that kind of bleeds into hybrid stuff, I thought, let's give it a shot. Alrighty. As always, I'm going to take a quick second to name our friends. This is going to be pretty quick, and I will get right back to you. Alrighty, our team starts at level 2, which is fantastic. I don't have to level them up to get their passives. We have Kael'thas the Skeleton Magus, who we've used before in conjunction with Branch for his big fire damage, but this time we're going to be trying to make the most of his morale damage, if we can. We have Notre Dame, of course, the Gargoyle, who I don't use very often. We might try and give him a little bit of a spotlight today. We have 2 head slingers. First up is Zug Zug, and we have a Locatar. These guys we've used a lot, but we never really leveled them up much. Their level 2 passive is gain 5 barrier points when attacking if the target's morale is under 50%. So they kind of seem like they would be better in the second room. Maybe? We'll have to see. We have Henry the Executioner. This is just his starting name, and I like the name. I think that's what I just named them. Because, of course, in reference to Henry from Fire Emblem Awakening, one of the best characters. And Queen Ajara, the Naga. We saw what she can do, so she gets the title of Queen this time. And that is our team. What exactly do we want to do as far as our lineup is concerned? I'm not sure yet. We'll see. But part of that decision is going to have to keep in mind that we have Pandora's Box. This trap applies minus 10 morale, and all penalties that are applied to heroes get 2 more stacks. So if we have 5 demoralization, surprise, that's 7. And I think we want to try and play into this. Our other trap is, unfortunately, the Mechanical Spider. I've already talked about how I dislike this trap, but I think we might be able to make use of it. Maybe. Like, worst case scenario, we just make use of its Terrified and move on with our lives, you know? We don't really... I think to make use of this, you want a character that just bombs a single target's morale. So, like, the Ghost, maybe, to trigger its multi-action passive. We don't really have one. I guess Loktar and Zug Zug can do it. Sort of. If a target's morale's already under 75, so we'll see what we can do, I guess. Trainer or Engineer? Let's go to the Trainer. Trainer. I do want to level up Pandora's Box, but I think I want to try and make use of the Headslingers. We don't do that very often. We might have done it like once. And of course, Queen Ajara is always an excellent choice. We saw what she is capable of, and it is terrifying. Is there a double level up we can do? No. Not even close. Alright, Queen Ajara. I'm putting my bucks on you again. While dusting the dungeon, the cleaning goblin has freed a monster caught up in a spider's web. He also accidentally woke up a giant spider queen who demands compensation for the destruction of her webs. Alright, well, we only had one choice, and that was to lose 50 life, but we got a second kill, Thos. KT. Now, for the record, I'm well aware that KT is in reference to Kel'Thuzad, and I will not hear anything else about that. But it also works for Kel'Thuz. A strange gentleman in the guise of a toy manufacturer knocks on your door and offers to sell you a range of amusing items. You request nothing in exchange, other than the materials to make them. A strange and troubling force physically prevents you from declining. Well, I think the best of these options is the Twin Birdstone, but I don't want to sack Henry just yet, so let's sacrifice some life and get a Crystal Skull. We're cutting away a lot of Lyra's life force, but we're just going to believe in the dream. While you were congratulating the cook for his dwarf cheek stew, he told you about a recipe based on demon's gonads. Do you want to sacrifice one of your demons to provide him with the required ingredients? This gives +10 resistance to all of Lyra's resistances, which could be okay. However, first of all, how do you get gonads from a gargoyle? Second of all, no. And we're going to do, of course, the hardest fight. Ooh, there's a campfire there. That kind of sucks. And I'm thinking, how do we want... I think I want to try and stack demoralization as much as possible in the first room. So we're going to bring Henry to the front. That provides us with a little bit of armor. And we're going to pull Zug Zug back. Methinks. So if someone actually reaches room 2, we have Queen Ajara and we have Zug Zug and Loktar to literally just pop them. Pop. Bippity pop, pop, pop. Here we go. This did not work anywhere how I thought it was going to. Well, the layout didn't happen as I wanted it to. There we go, that's more accurate. Our trap layout really is unfortunate for our most recently acquired talent, but we're just going to have to make it work. We are fighting the Knight, King Arthur. The Onimusha, Hangaku, and the Hellbringer Lisa. The Hellbringer has that weird thing where she attacks the back with ice damage, but it applies to everything for less damage. So hopefully she's not going to be that big of a threat. I don't know. I'm terrified of the Knight who will be applying Enrage to everyone, and the Onimusha dealing fire damage, so we want to look for whoever has low air resistance, and no one has negative air resistance. Very unfortunate. However, I think we just want to try and pop King Arthur as much as possible. So, just give him the bibbidi bop. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I put the Mechanical Spider first because obviously they don't have any debuffs to extend with Pandora's Box. And we can make use of the Terrified in our first room here. So, here we go. The existence of our team... You're immune to demoralized. Ooh, I was kind of hoping you'd get a turn, Henry. Wow. First turn, Crystal thing gotta work. A turn in? Wow. Stun. Oh, we rolled the 20! Wow. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Wow. King Arthur is getting bibbity-bopped. I wish I could use this on the front. That would be really good. Now, unfortunately, the campfire is next, so they will recover their... Wow, we got a second one. Wow. Crystal Skull already paying dividends. We rolled two 25%ers. They will recover their morality here, but King Arthur will flee first. This works out well. There's no demoralization. Ooh, we got Enhanced Trap too. Look at that. I mean, 100% of 10 is not much, but that's fine, I guess. Let's just sample for the barrier. Not that it's going to do much. But hey, every little bit helps. Now, both Zug Zug and Loktar are actually going to get the benefits here, so that's nice. One of the reasons I want to level up Queen Ajara, besides the fact that Queen Ajara can carry, it's kind of important to level her up due to the fact that her ricochet ability, right now it has the requirement of their morale being above 50%, but if you level her up, the requirement is reduced to about 25%. So it's much easier to cleave on her. And of course, with only the Onimusha left, she can Frigid Glance and absolutely demolish him, and life is good. Alright. Oh my. Oh. Oh. So we have Brand here, the Flame Eater. We could... Ooh. Don't do it, Bryn. We could use Kael'thas and KT to pivot into a Brand build where he just consumes burn stacks and deletes things. That is possible. This pivot exists. However, we have some excellent choices here. The Dark Magus. I tend to ignore the Dark Magus. Completely honest. Also, he's the one who's named Henry, not the Skeleton Executioner. I tend to ignore this guy, but it is AoE morale damage, and it's applying tiredness, which will weaken them, and we have recently discovered just how powerful tiredness can be when it was used against us. And by recently, I mean, you know, the entire series so far. So this is a thought. Or my brand new friend. I really enjoyed his area effect. It is only 10%. I kind of want to pull the Time Watcher again. I kind of want to do this again. You have to consistently test something to see if it's actually good. I also really like the name Murazond over Nozdormu because Murazond's evil. Shocker. Let's go to the engineer here. I am going to level up Pandora's box. I don't really care about the Spoder. Both of these could be good, and both of these could be bad. Let's do a little bit of YOLOing. Ooh. Oh. So we can send Murazond out for 14 weeks and get the Prank Pie, which is amazing. Although traps really aren't providing a lot of our damage right now, this opens a very useful door for us. Or we could just go we could send out Notre Dame and get a ton of money and tears. The tears aren't that important for us right now. We're about to hit a trainer, so the money is probably more useful. But Prank Pie. I'm torn about that decision. I'm very torn. We don't have any blood to level Queen Ajara, unfortunately. We are going to want to level up Murazond. That actually brings this up to its 20%, I think. So easy level up. And you know what? Let's level up Loktar, I think. Have we actually ever leveled up Kael'thas? If we have, it wasn't for his, level 3 goes from -9 morale to -24 morale. Okay, Kael'thas, all you had to say was that your morale damage jumps, and I would have leveled you up. I would have done it. That's all you had to tell me, bro. We could work out to empower Alira. I think we'll just go to this yellow event. The Workers' Union has made a request. An anonymous suggestion box for the employees. Even if they cannot write, this simple gesture shall boost morale. They don't need to know that the suggestion box will empty straight into the trash. 50 gold, recover room 1. Kind of into it. Alright, sure. I say we get an artifact. Artifacts are good. I like artifacts. Is our team here still decent? No, there's something we need to change. Murazond needs to go to room 1. Murazond is very powerful, but his area of effect needs to be like the first thing that pops. So, how is our room 1 defenses looking? Questionable. Questionable at best. We could balance it out by bringing... We are incredibly weak to ice. So I think we bring... Zug can come to room 1, which means we need to pull back someone. Probably just pull back KT. Katie doesn't really have finishing power, but this is more balanced. Ugh. I love just going all in and brute forcing stuff. But anyway, with our more balanced team, let's go destroy these veterans. This layout could be very good for us, and this YOLO could be really bad. Nailed it! Oh, I got the YOLO. So we are fighting Elias the Enchanter, who of course moved everyone around. With the Disciple up front and the Templar doing ice damage to the front and then air damage to the front, respectively, we really wanted Zug Zug up front. Anyone else would have been terrible. And we nailed it. Perfectly calculated. Temporal Nightmare. Doing quite a bit of damage. Now we get the Fear of the Dead from Kael'thas. Look at it. This AoE nature damage kind of sort of sucks, especially since it's applying elemental weakness. I think Zug Zug is dead. I think that was a 2 overkill. Feels bad. But anyway, Murazond is going to be dealing a lot of damage, and I like a lot of damage. Don't fear the dead. You're welcome to join them at any time. Crystal Skull. Not quite. Oh. So close. Yes, good. More demoralization. And now, you're an easy target for the Tesla cannon. Good, Anakin, good. Well, this went well. I mean, sure, I'll take some blood. Good, good. Well done. It all worked out. Perfectly calculated. Is that what I think it is? The pocket mirror. Damage of the first attack suffered by monsters placed at the back is returned to the assailant once per fight. Now, this is an incredible defensive item, especially for those, like myself, that snap pick the miraculous pill. In fact, this is probably the only reliable defensive artifact to combo with the miraculous pill. However, there's something I see here. The Unholy Shroud grants 50% chance to apply Frostbite 2 with monsters attacks which deal morale damage. We have a lot of this, but I don't really care about Frostbite a whole lot. Now, an artifact we have not seen, and I don't even know how long. It's been a long time. The Protean Barrel. You can only place one regular trap, but it gains multi-action 1 at the start of a dungeon. Fuck the spider. This just got a little out of hand already. At the merchant, we will work out. You have the gym all to yourself. What shall you train? I think it's more important to get resistance. Or 25 hit points. We'll take... In an actual fight, 5 resistance could translate into more than 25 hit points, depending on what we're fighting. So we'll take that. Well, I can get them both. We'll leave. We might actually be able to make use of these in an event. Like right now. The R&D manager needs a guinea pig to test a new trap. He's asking you to provide him with one of your employees in exchange for some gold. Now, 520 gold is a lot of gold, but Murazond is very good. So no. Bye. We are a little wounded. At the therapist, I think we can just take the freebie. Yeah, okay. Freebie it is. Thank you, Mr. Therapist. Plunder could be really bad. Could also be really good. The cleaning goblin comes to see you weeping. Zluby, his pet stick insect, died in a mopping accident. You take Zluby to the resurrection room to harvest the goblin's joyful tears, sell the corpse to a gourmet chef, or organize a funeral. Now, someone pointed out that 40 gold for 40 tears is a bargain. So we're going to take that. We are going to have to visit an alchemist, probably, to convert these, but that's fine. It's fine. Alrighty. A champion. Ooh, they have the... Ooh. This Sacred Altar could screw us real bad. But it could also be fun. It could also be fun. Oh, we have Notre Dame back now. Does this fix our problem of resistance? It sure does. So we could pull Zug Zug back to room 2 and continue our execution strategy. We could. I kind of like that idea. Although, is this a more balanced room 2? Sort of, kind of, but not. You know what? We'll keep it this way. I really liked the Kael'thas and Demirazon Zug Zug. I feel like that worked out really well. I feel like Notre Dame just has too little hit points. I mean, look at this. He has 80 hit points compared to Zug Zug's 140. And they have, like, basically the same resistances. Except Zug Zug is super weak to nature. And similar effects. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of the Gargoyle. But anyway, here we go. Alright, I know what I said about the spider. But this Purification Altar kinda screwed up my strategy. But I still feel confident. It may have screwed with me, but I still feel strong. The hero for today, the champion for this fight, is the Samurai Miyamoto. And ironically, even though he deals an unholy amount of air damage, he is also exceptionally weak to air damage, which works out very well for our Tesla cannon here. The Imajahagen, he is joined by the Imajahagen and the Onimusha. Huh. Two of the Japanese characters. We saw the Onimusha attacking the front with fire, and the Imajahagen will be annoying, attack the back with air, and apply tiredness. So anyway, let's get shooting, shall we? Bibbidi bobbidi, get off my property. So part of the reason I feel so strong is because our resistances are kind of in a good spot. Also, this is percentage damage, and it's hilarious. Both Kael'thas, and of course his other side, KT, are resilient to air damage and fire damage. So air damage is going to eat this first attack, and because he has positive air resistance, it won't actually ricochet, which is good. And then he's going to eat the Onimusha's attack like a champion. Isn't it beautiful? I can actually hit this twice, huh? Alright, sure. Bop. Bop. Now, of course, as their morale gets lower, Murazon's AoE becomes less effective, but it's still good damage, I think. Now, unfortunately, Kael'thas is going to die, and this is going to ricochet for Murazon. But I think... Just kidding. This guy's really low fire resistance, so he's going to die. Now, here... Ooh. So the altar removes... How does it work? Removes 2 penalties with the most stacks applied from all heroes. Okay. So if we apply Targeting Drone, this is Easy Target 4. So it'll remove Easy Target and maybe Terrified? Is that how that works? I think I should just test it. Okay, screw it. How does this work? Yes. Wow, I called that. So we get to keep, I don't know, 2 more stacks. That's 30 more damage. Now we go off twice thanks to the Protean Barrel. And now everyone's dead. Oh, I don't get to ricochet here. Darn. Alright, well, let's try and pop this Samurai. Oh, we stunned him. Well done, my queen. The layout here is exactly the same for the same purposes. We just replaced Murazon with Queen Ajara. And it worked out so unbelievably well. Ah, and so the dominoes fall. Ooh. Here's a few thoughts. The Skeleton Lord. Hi, Kel'Thuzon. Unfortunately, a phenomenal rare, not particularly useful for what we're doing right now. The Nightmare Catcher's Demoralize deals 200% physical damage instead of morale. There is a bizarro world where we pivot to like a hybrid build, but we don't live in that world. I love morale dealing morale damage, Demoralize dealing morale damage, and we're not touching this. Which leaves the gruesome surprise. Now, this is a single target morale bomb. This will attack the front with minus 55 morale and applies Terrified 3, so they take more damage. Attacking the front alone, I've never been a fan of traps that act like that, but with the Protean Barrel, this is 110 morale damage, and if we can somehow trigger the passive talent to get a multi-action, that's 220 morale damage. I think we're going to take this. We'll play around with it. See what we can see. Now, we are unfortunately getting quite low on demoralization. Both Murazan and Zugzug have to be pulled or else they will rebel. Craven. I think we're just going to skip this week. We can hit this merchant and see if he YOLOs something really good. Alrighty. Bye. Now the important part. The engineer. I think we upgrade... What does this upgrade into? Terrified 4. Let's see if Gruesome Surprise is worth investing in. Because if this tier 4 jump is like from 55 to 90... Whew, that would be disgusting. So tier 3... It gets one more Terrified, so Terrified 4. At level 4... 55 to 75 morale. Is... I almost feel like I want to level up a stupid spider. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. With the Protean Barrel, the spider could actually be good if we can somehow guarantee that it's in a room. No. You know, using the spider for its Terrified has actually worked out decently well. If, like, the trap room layout, or if the dungeon layout works in such a way that we can't manipulate the Pandora's box. Fuck it. I'm not going to do it. At the workshop. So, we've never seen the Tesla cannon upgrades before. What are we looking at? We're looking at enhanced damage. This is increasing both the air and morale damage by 10. Okay, and overall 20. A new passive applies air weakness 3. Okay, so this is making it so that if none of them have air weakness, you can pop one target, get them to negative air resistance, and then pop it, and then it will ricochet. Okay, okay. We can't really make use of this outside of that situation, however, or just one more shot. I think I've made it clear that I'm a big fan of just one more shot. So we're going to take just one more shot. And I think we just go for this master bonus. Try and hit, I don't know, easy target or something. Unfortunately, what do we do about this? I think we just have to accept that the team needs to sit out. I think we just have to accept that reality. To be fair, Zugzug, I already talked about this earlier, but Notre Dame and Zugzug are kind of similar stat-wise. They do sort of the same thing. Kind of, but not really. Alright. We'll do this. Here we go! For some reason, I kind of expected the Gargoyle to have nature resist, but here we are. Leading the charge is the Amazon, who will be attacking the center with nature damage. She takes reduced damage from traps, which kind of sucks. We have the Templar, who will be attacking the front with air, and will restore 2% of all heroes' max morale. Start of each turn. Wow, that sucks. And the Virtuoso, of course, who is incredibly annoying. He does, however, have negative air resist, so let's start popping him. Ooh. These are doing a lot of damage. Okay. Now, as for our team here, I was not exactly what you would call confident. Thankfully, this AoE attack's going to eat that dodge. But Notre Dame will tank the Templar reasonably well? Reasonably well. We're going to go with reasonably well. Unfortunately for Kael'thas, we could try and just kill the Amazon, but I'm going to do my best to stack more... Ooh, good shot. Stun. Darn. To stack demoralization because I put down Pandora's box over here. I don't know if I should have, but I did. Henry is not getting another turn. Oh, he's going to eat that shot, and then it's going to cleave. Oof. I don't know if that's better or worse. Well, we're going to find out. Oh, it was bad. Oh, we got another skeleton. Is stunning worth it here? Well, didn't hit it anyway. Okay, so looking at this, the skeleton's actually being counter-synergistic here, but it is going to die. 4... 3... are we going to get there in time? 3... So they have 3 stacks of demoralization. We're barely going to get there in time. Holy crap. Ooh. I mean, perfectly calculated. They're going to heal here. Terrified will fall off, but that's alright. And bibbity bobbity. Ooh. Ah. Oh, the easy target was also a good shout. I just kind of did it for the morale damage, but it worked out really well. Alright, well, this worked out phenomenally well. Unfortunately, there's no ricochet happening here. If she was level 4, she'd ricochet. But that's alright. Ooh, we got a stun. We hit the stun. KT, you did it. Good job, KT. Proud of you. And now, Loktar. We'll maybe clean it up. Almost. Alright. That went well. That went well. So, we have Chem Cloud. This is her dungeon spell. We haven't used this at all yet, and I don't really intend on using it. Plus 512 resistances, or the Radiant Bomb. This is her combat ability. Nature and morale damage applies poison 3. Well, so far, knock on wood, Lyra has not actually engaged in any combat. So let's just take the 5 resistances. I don't know what I was really hoping for there, but those were not it. Our team is back and ready to slay. We do have 8 blood, so none of our characters can go to level 4. We need to find an alchemist. We could... We could also go to the engineer. I wonder how much money I need to upgrade Pandora's box. We're going to go to the trainer here. We're going to level up 1 character. Notre Dame, I talked pretty bad about you. I was pretty down on you. What do you look like leveled up? Oh, you apply Demoralize when you level... Oh. Your health situation is still not very good, bro. But, okay, sure. There you go, Notre Dame. We'll take you to level 3. I'm going to save the rest of our funds because I want a level 4 Pandora's box. Boom. Alrighty. Now, let's see. I'm always afraid to plunder. Let's go to the event. I'm always afraid to plunder because it has a chance of putting someone out of commission. We do need the blood, however. Do you have a moment to spare to talk about our Lord and Tormentor, Gulthor, the Destroyer? Yeah, sure. At the black market, we could vendor somebody. But I think people have been they've been doing pretty good, you know? Like, honestly, if I were going to sell anyone, it'd be Notre Dame, but we just leveled him. We just leveled him up. So let's take the YOLO. It is high time to go through the stockroom. During the cleaning, one of your employees found this strange object. Would you like to take it, auction it, or gift it to the employee for +1 level? This is the Philosopher's Stone. The alchemist can transmute 150% additional gold. Blood and tears can be transmuted equivalently. Normally it takes 15 blood to make 10 tears, 15 tears to make 10 blood, and 10 of both is 98 gold on this setting. Because we are planning on visiting the alchemist, I think I'm actually going to take this. Although, what does level 3 Henry look like? What does a level 3 Henry look like? I'm gonna take it. Sorry, Henry. Because you're not really a part of my grand scheme. You're kind of like a backup demoralization bot. And that, on week 24, I think is a great place to stop. Like I said last time, I'm trying to cut this up more evenly. Because I think last time we had 3 combats in the second half, and like 5 previously. So week 24, I think, is a good place to stop. We're going to get a trap next time. Or we could go to this artifact. That might be the play. There is an annoying purification altar. I think this is the play. I think. You can let me know if you have a preference. But I think 5th artifact is more powerful since we already have good traps. But as I said, that is it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. The 4th banner, the morale banner, has been as fun as I expected. I'm having a great time. I love this strategy so much. And I hope that you enjoyed as well. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. And if anyone would like to stay up to date with anything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord inscription down below. And I'll see you next time to continue scaring the ever-living wits out of mortal fools. Bye.